it's Jen with the Big Tex team, and we are here at the Big Tex Cooking School. Now, we are all disappointed that we are not able to celebrate the fair this year in person, but the fair has worked really hard to come up with fun ways that you can celebrate your yearly traditions at home this year. And one of those is the Big Tex Cooking School. We have assembled 4 concessionaires who have created some of the most delicious, wackiest fried food that you get at the fair each year. And they are actually showing us some of their favorite items and how you could actually make those at home. And today we have Juan and Brent Reaves with us, and I'm actually excited about both of them. These are 2 of my favorites. Right. Today you guys are going to show us how to make the
bacon burger dog slider on a stick.
And we're also going to do the Fried Reese's, which is delicious. So you guys, this was one of your Big Tex Choice entries a few years ago.
It was a finalist in 2016.
How did you decide? I'm going to take, because there's several things on the table right now. How did you decide, I'm going to take all of these things, I'm going to put them on a slider, I'm going to fry it? Like, did you just accidentally one day to drop something in the fryer? And...
One, he's crazy. So
okay.
That's first of all. He's a lot of crazy ideas.
We were sitting around literally in our kitchen in the office, and we were talking about what can we make, what's different. And we know to be successful in Big Tex Choice Awards, you got to think outside the box. I mean, you really should just throw the box away and come with something. Put it on a stick and fry it, right?
Right.
So we had played around with doing some sliders before, deep fried slider, and so we thought one of our favorite shows when we were growing up, the deep fried. The bacon burger dog was the favorite of Theo Huxtable. That was his favorite meal.
Okay.
So we thought, what if we did a bacon burger dog slider?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and we fried it, and we put it on a stick, and we thought it was kind of silly, and then we tried it.
It was good.
It was good. Well, yeah, the tricky thing though is most times when you fry things and you batter it, it's usually pancake batter.
Okay.
And we knew that would be way too heavy for a burger. So Brent came up with the idea of using a tempura, or did I one of us came up with that?
Tempura batter, because
so it's a little lighter, a little crispier, and it keeps all the things. Okay.
And it doesn't absorb as much grease.
So the next thing, can you get tempura batter easily at the grocery store? You can find that for everybody out there?
You know, I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can.
I will say this.
If not, I'm sure you can order it on the Amazon.
Absolutely.
Actually, pre-COVID-19, it was everywhere.
Okay.
Right.
But we did notice that it wasn't in all the stores today. We actually have some, because we obviously have access to large suppliers. But usually it's on the shelf at any grocery store.
So just look, and it's in the flour aisle or something like that. You can find it there. Okay.
Same where you find other breadings and seasonings.
Okay. All right. All right. So how do you make this?
So we're going to start off. I'm going to season the meat, and whenever we do, we're big on flavor. Yep. So we like a lot of seasoning, and this seasoning that we're using is our Smoky John's seasoning. So whatever you normally would season your burger with at home, at the very minimum, we encourage salt and pepper.
Okay.
You can't just do it without some.
But the Smoky John seasonings, you can get that if you guys go to the restaurant. So you guys have a restaurant here in town that you can swing by and pick that up, or can you buy it online as well?
We're packaging this right now.
Okay.
So probably here in the next couple of months, you'll be able to buy that at the restaurant.
And by the time it's ready, you'll be able to buy it online as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I'm going in. I will change my gloves.
So salt, pepper, whatever you like, on your burger.
Right, but you want to, and here's a couple things we've learned as well. You want to season the meat, but you don't want to overwork the meat.
Right.
Because when you overwork a burger, people don't know this, especially if you're going to fry it in a skillet, it's gonna get tough.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't want to overwork it, but you want to make sure your seasoning gets in.
Right.
And then to make it fun, so the bacon burger dog. So that's the burger. We got to add the bacon.
And you got to put a lot of bacon in it. You just can't do like a little bit of bacon. You want bacon in every single bite. So Juan's going to put about a cup of bacon in there.
So we realized that we couldn't fry the bacon separately, so we decided to put it right in there with the meat. So now it's seasoned meat. We got some bacon in there. But a good burger, I don't think it's truly a burger if you don't have cheese.
Okay.
So
you're gonna put the cheese right in there as well.
Put the cheese right in there.
Okay.
We're going right on in. And it also makes it kind of a user-friendly exercise.
So this is great. So you can have the kids helping you make the.
This is a great family effort. Everyone can participate.
So did you guys try other meats with this? If somebody really likes turkey burgers or something like that, could you?
I've never done it with a turkey burger, but absolutely. I would just say up your seasoning, because turkey doesn't have a lot of fat, which means it's not going to have a ton of flavor.
Or put more bacon in it.
Definitely plenty of bacon. And we've actually made this for a number of scenarios, but it's really one of the fun things. We actually did a booth where this was our primary item in the booth in 2017. Right?
Absolutely.
So you guys have a long history with the fair, right? Your dad had a booth out here, and you guys basically grew up
Since
as
we
little
were born.
kids,
Yeah.
running around the fair helping in the concession stands. And so how many stands do you guys have now?
So we have 4 Smoky John's barbecue stands. I think Dad got his first stand in 1978.
Wow.
And since we've been a part of the company, we've actually added 2, and been a lot of fun. It's the best part of our year.
It's a lot of fun. We get to come see over. Probably the hardest part about not having a fair this year is missing the other vendors.
Yeah.
Because we have really become like a family, and I feel like Tammy Nevins came out of the restaurant last week.
Yeah,
it was
she
great
did.
to see her, and we all support each other on social media and encourage each other. But that's one of the things we really. I mean, obviously miss the work and the money, but it's really the camaraderie amongst the vendors.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand, that the concessionaires are basically a collection of small businesses that, and most everybody's local. There's very few concessionaires that we have at the fair that are not from Texas, or actually not from Dallas even.
Right.
So that's kind of a nice thing, because there is really a family vibe between
really
everybody.
Is. We really enjoy getting to see everyone, and now we've gotten to know. When we were growing up, we kind of focused on being a kid and doing your thing, and a lot of us grew up around here, but we didn't get to know each other. But now we all hang out and visit and all that good stuff.
It is funny because we grew up with the Fletcher kids.
Yeah.
So now it's like we're both
We're all
running
Running
the
the
business.
businesses.
So that's kind of really weird at this
Yeah, and I
point.
guess that's also something too, is that we actually have a lot of businesses that this is second and third generation that are
Right.
running the concession operations as well, which is really amazing. So we're going to miss everybody in the camaraderie. What's the one food item that's not yours that you're going to miss this year?
I'm gonna miss the cinnamon roll. My God,
That is a
cinnamon roll.
good. That's a really great inside tip too, because you may not think about it, but there is the most amazing cinnamon rolls in the Tower Building.
Oh.
It's the best breakfast.
They're
So
the
good.
best.
I mean, and it will put you on a sugar high for, I don't know.
It will.
You probably don't want cotton candy or anything like that, and you want to share it. I mean, they're probably. I mean,
It's
they're
so
huge. They're
huge.
huge.
I miss a lot of things, but something I don't treat myself to enough during the fair is the scrumptious pie shake.
Oh,
That's a good one as
man.
well.
Chris does a great job with that.
Yes.
They make great.
So
pies.
the scrumptious pie shake is a slice of pie.
Yes.
Yes.
That is made into a shake. Let's think about that one for a second. It's a slice of pie made into a shake.
Chris is a genius.
So you guys can do these on a skillet as you're making these. You could also throw them on the grill if you wanted to. Any way you want to cook your burger, right?
Yeah.
If you normally would cook a burger, you can do this the same way.
You want to kick it up a notch and put it on the grill? Man, that's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
And I just like to top it off just a
Look at
little
what
Almost
you got
insane.
going on there.
Yeah, you can't
Wow. That looks
bit.
magical.
Well, we're just going to tap and we're going to flip this over in a second. And it's going to sear just a little extra flavor, because one of the things when the feedback we've gotten from judges is that we don't just fry stuff, but we make it flavorful. That's big
Okay,
stuff.
so what are the other things? So what kind of rolls do you guys use for this?
Yeah, so we use a Hawaiian roll.
Okay.
And so you get the salty with the bacon and the salt and the seasoning and the burger.
Very savory.
And it's so savory. Then you come back with a Hawaiian roll. It's very sweet, and you have that beautiful flavor that marries with the burger. And
It
also,
also marries well with our barbecue sauce.
oh, it does.
Sometimes we do sell sliders at the restaurant, brisket sliders.
So I'll just start prepping these for the
Okay.
burgers.
And then do you have a preference on the hot dog portion of this? Could this be?
I'm a big fan of all beef
Okay.
hot dogs, so we use an all beef hot dog.
But if you at home and you had, I don't know, sausage or
Yeah,
something like
sausage.
that, like knock it out and try it, make it your own. You can make this
Yep.
different variations.
When I make it with my kids, I don't do the hot dogs because we don't really like hot dogs.
Okay.
But we have done it with sausage.
Okay.
So it's equally as good. Just get whatever your favorite sausage is, Now what we've done with the hot dog is we cut them in thirds and split them.
Okay.
So it's all ready to, prepped and ready to go. And it's going to make it easier to stay on the skewer and to fry.
Okay.
And this is a good item, like, people come to the fair, you got a lot of vegans, vegetarians. This is something that you can do and get mushrooms instead of your hamburger.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a great idea.
And do the same thing that we're doing. You can do a mushroom burger.
You could do a veggie burger
You can do
or
a
something
veggie
as
burger.
well. That's great.
Absolutely.
That's what I like about all the stuff that we've been doing in the Big Tex Cooking School is that you can look in with your pantry, see what's in there, take inspiration from this, and then make it your own and have your own kind of new favorite fair food at home.
That's right. Then the next thing we have is the tempura batter that we're gonna dip the burgers in the tempura batter. While Juan's cooking those, I'll go ahead and get that started. Whenever you do the tempura batter, you're gonna want to use ice water.
Okay.
And then, as Juan said, we like to season things up, so we're
You're
gonna add
season it first.
a little bit of garlic, salt to it, just to cut the flavor of just a pure batter, floury batter.
You don't want to, because you have such a savory dish, you don't want it to be, you don't need to over-season this, but you don't want it to just taste like batter.
Yeah.
So, you just give it a little
Put a little burger seasoning in there too, get a little crazy.
You can if you want to.
Hey,
Hey, why not? Let's do
yeah,
that
sure.
today.
Let's do it.
Put a little burger seasoning in there, see what happens. And then we put a little parsley flake in there just for presentation as it fries with the tempura. It's a pretty look in there. And we'll just start adding some water.
And it's cold just so it keeps.
It allows
It's
it to rise.
Oh, okay.
And it keeps it thin too.
Keeps it thin.
You don't want your tempura to be too thick.
Man, those burgers are looking good over there,
I
brother.
flipped them too early though.
That's all
So
right.
so you guys have, what other of your foods are favorite that people always come to and want to really have?
So, you know what I had last year with you? Was
Yeah.
The first time I ever had it was the Hans Mueller ham sandwich. That thing was amazing.
I will tell
I've
you.
heard about it for years. It's one of the things, we come out here, we're working hard. We don't always try everyone's food. Man, that was, I love that.
So we get asked, as the staff at the fair, I can't tell you how many times I get asked, what's your favorite thing? I bet you guys eat, corny dogs every day. And most of the staff doesn't necessarily eat fried food every day. We have found things out here. There's a really amazing Cuban sandwich, the Hans Mueller which is the big tent by the main stage. Hans Mueller, I probably shouldn't tell people this. I don't know if I want everybody to know this, but they literally make the most amazing ham sandwich. It's on a pretzel bun. You can get a side of sour. It's like really one of my favorite things. It's like, I will say my staff every year, that is the first lunch we have. So the marketing department goes, and at 11:30 on opening day, every year we have a Hans Mueller sandwich.
I was ready. I was looking forward to it because I had it when we did a Facebook Live and we tried a bunch of foods and I thought that was amazing. I also like the dumplings.
Oh yeah, in the tower building.
In the tower building,
So the stuffed wings
The stuffed
people,
wing, I
they
usually get the
just,
stuffed wing like at least 3 or 4 times, but I get the dumplings 2 or 3 times a week.
yeah, the stuffed wings are actually a chicken wing that is deboned, and then the meat and the rice and stuff are stuffed back in it, and it's fried.
It's kind of a Thai delicacy.
Yeah.
You don't see it very many places. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 places in Dallas that actually have that.
Yeah. So it looks like the batter's coming together.
Yep. The batter's ready to rock and roll.
I want to make sure we got some.
We have to make sure.
That looks good.
Burger's cooked all the way.
Yeah.
So the batter's ready to rock and
So I
roll.
want to see how you dip this and get it into the fryer.
I
The next
know.
step is we're going to build it.
Okay.
And
All right.
I'll turn this down.
Those burgers look like they're ready.
Normally want to let it drain a little bit and drop them.
You want it to be a little dry before you put it in the bun so it doesn't get too.
Yeah, you don't want the bun to get soggy before we get started.
So this would be one of those, if you had the burgers done ahead of time, this would be a lot of fun for kids to help assemble on the stick and
Absolutely.
And it's a good thing where you can get the kids involved and
get their hands a little bit in the batter.
yeah, it's kind of like I like making pizza with my family, and after we did that, we were like, oh, what else can we make? And my daughter is 9; she loves helping out, and so yeah, things like this are great because She can help throw in the seasonings. And then if she needs to walk away for a second because they can't hold their attention while you're cooking the meat, then you can say, all right, we're ready for the next stage, and bring them back in.
All right, so we're ready to build now.
Okay.
We've got our rolls cut in half. Then we just start building our burger. We go with a patty, and then we put a hot dog on there.
Got to go with it.
Come back with the.
So now you've got your bacon is in the meat, your burger, your dog.
You've got your
roll.
You got your roll. You're set.
When we made this the first time, we realized that a good burger has to have some pickle.
Got to have a pickle on it. So.
Nothing better than a fried pickle.
So any special pickle, any type of pickle?
Whatever
Can you
your
use whatever?
favorite.
Okay.
I like Best Made. It's a local, it's a Texas company.
Absolutely.
Those are one of my favorites. But whatever your good
Sour, sweet, dill, it doesn't matter. Just anything you like.
whatever.
Anything you
This
like.
is where you can add your own flair. You know, we talked about different ways to season it using different meats. If you like a bread and butter pickle, I've never fried one. I'm sure it would be.
We like to fan it so that it takes
gets
the
the
tempura
whole-
batter, and it actually creates a nice crisp on the pickle on both sides.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, you ready? I'm
Can't
gonna
wait
let
to
you
see you
actually go
dip.
ahead and.
You ready?
All right, so basically we're just take it and dip it all the way in the batter, and you want to get it in there really good on all sides.
That's where the skewer comes in handy.
That's where the
Skewer-
exactly.
Yeah, the skewer,
Awesome.
putting it on a stick was functional as well as
Cool.
aesthetic. You don't actually eat it this way, but we'll show you how to eat it.
All right, you ready? I'll slide over a little bit, and we'll just drop it in.
Drop it in.
So that's ready to go.
Now, if you don't have a deep fryer at home, because a lot of people are like, man, I don't have a fancy deep
Yeah.
fryer at home, you can get a pot and fill it with oil.
Yeah.
The one thing we recommend is if you don't have a deep fryer with a
Temperature,
thermostat,
get a little-
you want to make sure you have I like to use a digital thermometer because a regular meat thermometer doesn't always go up high enough. But a digital thermometer usually goes up to about 400, and you want your grease to be at 350.
350. Perfect.
And I'll build
All right.
another one just because you know what?
Sure. We
Someone's
should have
gonna wanna
two.
eat it.
I mean, we have the fryer. The grease is hot. You might as
Grease
well.
is hot.
You
I think
gotta
it
just
might
do
be
it.
3, bro, because there's space.
Oh man,
Someone around here might want one.
man.
So at this point, you're gonna let it fry. You don't want to fry it too long, but one of the things is you've got to rotate it. That's another reason why we chose to do tempura, because the tempura fries very quickly. So you don't have to leave it.
So you really don't. The burger's already cooked. You're not frying it to cook necessarily. You're frying it to get the
frying it
batter
to get the
crispy.
decadence.
Just to get a little bit of crisp. That's it. Oh, you probably had that one almost ready.
Yep. So if you notice, it took us what, minute and a half, maybe 2. Mm-hmm. And we've got full go here.
And so when Juan pulls this out, you'll see this puff on the roll.
Oh yeah.
That's what the cold water does.
Oh, it gives us that. Okay.
gives a
So
nice
that's what
puff.
it keeps that in cold
Tempura
pockets.
shrimp, you know, it's always kind of, it's
Yeah.
fluffy kind of, but it's not battery. But
Yeah.
that's
It
how you
gives
get
it that. So the
cold
ice
water.
cold gives it the. Okay.
There you go.
Knock out one more.
All right. So
got it.
so kids are your taste testers. Who's your taste testers as you guys work to come up with food each year? New items
Well,
this
we
year.
have over the years, it's evolved. We have a
Yes.
team now.
Starts
so
out with us though,
we
definitely.
definitely have to like it. If we don't like, I don't like hot dogs, but I get how people do. So
Mm-hmm.
we could figure this out. But yeah, we have to like it, and then once we think we're onto something, we've got our kitchen manager
Yeah.
and a couple of our team members that come in and help us out with that.
So how long does a new item, as you guys are looking at something, typically take you? I mean, is this, a lot of people, we get questions like, oh, the image just come up with that. And I'm sure there's ideas that come up really quickly, but there's others that are going to evolve over time. So like from the time you're like, hey, this might be an idea if we do this, to a finished product that you guys wanted to get ready to serve at the fair.
It varies.
It varies?
Yeah. Sometimes, so again, Juan is the idea guy. So he may come up with some really crazy ideas, and some of them actually are quick.
Yeah.
But like fried jello that took us about 2.5 months.
Honestly, to come up with this to the final version, we probably had it in like 3 days.
Right.
Maybe 3 or 4 days, 4 or 5 at the most. Fried jello took us several weeks
Oh,
to
yeah.
figure out. Well, we had to figure out how to keep the jello firm, and then we had to figure out what to batter it with because we couldn't figure it out. So
We actually didn't get it right till the day of the competition.
the day of the tasting was the day we got the best.
Which is
one.
always fun.
Yeah. Well, it worked out.
It did. Fried jello is, the taco cone last year was
Taco
also
cone.
pretty tasty.
Yep.
Taco
You guys have a
cone.
variety of things that are
We do.
at each of your stands. Also, you guys do a great turkey leg, and so if you guys are big turkey leg fans,
And we've got a lot of people asking us if they're going to get a chance to do the big red chicken bread.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that. Actually, that's probably, I will say, one of the most photographed and shared food items from the last couple of years. Just people really liked and had fun taking photos of that.
Yeah,
that's
the
for sure.
sunglasses really.
If you put sunglasses on a chicken wing and put it on a donut, what did you expect?
You know,
All
it
right.
actually just it went viral. Someone used it for a meme recently, so that
Even
was
better.
pretty funny.
Yeah, a recent meme came out. Yeah, it's
Even better.
that was definitely one of the most
So
fun.
let's throw that up front so we can get a shot of that while that last one's cooking.
There you go.
So I will let you say that. Bacon burger dog on a stick.
Bacon burger dog. It's actually the deep fried bacon burger
Deep-fried.
dog slider on a stick.
Wow.
You needed more words in there. Thanks. That's
learned
not going to fit on the recipe card. You realize that, right?
We learned that from Fernie, though.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
gotta
they
add
do.
all
They have the more words, the better.
All right.
And they're champions, so we like to do what they do.
All right. Love Reese's, so show me how to make these deep fried Reese's.
All right, so we'll take the tortilla.
And we like to use Mission tortillas because they fry well.
Yep.
We've tried other ones, and this seems to be the best for frying.
And you want to use flour.
Want to use
Definitely
flour?
use flour.
Yep. You just take the tortilla. Take the Reese's, break it up a little bit. Then what you want to do is get an egg. And this is going to be a little bit of an egg wash that'll bind the Reese's together, the tortilla together. You just rub a little of that egg yolk right on the outsides.
Just like a glue.
It's like a natural glue.
So how did you guys come up with the idea of using a tortilla? Why a tortilla?
So I actually came up with this idea on a TV show,
Okay.
and they said you had to come up with a dessert, and this is what was in the pantry,
Okay.
and it was a quick item. So I just thought I really had never done this before, and it was like, well, let's see if this actually works. And
So this is really more about him having a good idea how food works.
yeah,
So what's the tortilla? Does it get crispy? Like what? So
It fries up, it gets crispy, and it actually gets kind of flaky. It's almost like a crust. Most people that have had this think that it's some sort of pie crust. It's like a little empanada or something like that. But
There
in
you go.
reality,
and that's it.
and that's
that's
it.
it. So you drop that in the grease.
So have you tried this with? So this is one of those things you have some maybe you don't have Reese's, but
We've
you have
actually done
other.
it with, one year we did it with a turtle.
Yeah.
And it didn't sell extremely well, but if you like that candy, it's delicious.
So it's like the ooey gooey for this one is.
Yeah.
is
There
key.
you go. You want, so the peanut butter, what's great about this is while it's frying, the peanut butter and the chocolate meld. So when you get a bite, you're getting a little bit of all of it.
This is also something you're thinking about it. So maybe candy's not your thing.
Right.
But if it becomes a little pie shell, you could put fruit or you could put other things in there too, right?
Absolutely.
It's a shortcut
Absolutely.
to making empanadas if you want
Okay.
to make like a fruit empanada or like a
Savory.
sweet potato empanada. It's a very easy way to do it. It's a quick route, and you'll notice it's going to cook up very, very fast.
Right.
And this is super easy. This is
Super
literally, this is super easy for kids to, maybe not the frying piece. Is this something you could bake to, or does it really need to be fried if
I've
somebody
not
didn't
tried
want
it baked. I'm guessing that the fry is going
Gives
to
you the-
give you the more complete version because it's quick and it attacks the flour tortilla. Where I think if you baked it, it might not rise and it might not come as crispy.
And for some reason, when you fry the tortilla, it actually has somewhat of a butter flavor. It's so delicious.
kind of the layers of
The
that
layers
tortilla
of it.
that
And I think that has a little bit to do with mission. I know some of our friends are like, oh, don't use those are not great tortillas. Well, they're great for what we're using.
yeah.
Oh,
And they fry, it's great for the fair for us because they fry quickly. A lot of our food is barbecue, so obviously it takes 16
Yeah.
hours to smoke a brisket, takes a couple hours to smoke turkey legs. This is something that honestly helps keep our lines moving because we're able to do these pretty quickly. And
And about how long would you want to fry that for?
you want to get it to where it's kind of golden brown. Usually I like the edges to start getting brown like this. You see that?
Yeah.
It's almost there. Usually about 2 minutes if your grease is up to the right temperature, about 2.5 minutes at most.
And the greases, we want to keep that at 350
You
again.
always want to fry at 350 unless there's something specific that you're doing that's different. When you're using home fryers, one of the things we tell you is not to overload it
Right.
because this, unlike a professional fryer, doesn't have a thermostat that's going to kick the heat back
Okay.
up. So
So more
once you
things
put too much in, it'll take your temperatures down, and then you're not going to get the crispy results that you want.
And the cool thing about this is that you can actually freeze these and then just have them in the refrigerator.
So freeze them after you fry them, or freeze them before you fry them?
Freeze them before you,
He'd make them just like he's got some here.
Okay.
You take this,
Freeze
you can
it.
put this in a Ziploc and freeze it and pop
Pull it
right
out whenever
when
you
you're ready
need.
to go. So it's great. It's great for like a party if you want like a little snack for the kids, or it's a great dessert because watch what's going to happen here. We're going to take that out. That's nice and golden brown. This one's pretty close.
Yeah, you mean looking at that, you wouldn't realize that that was a tortilla. It kind
Right.
of changes its.
Yeah. And then we just like we're going to
we can dust it.
dust it. And that's ready to go, but it's really not because we have to take it to another level.
Okay.
So if you're having a dinner party, these are good just to have if you want to pass around. They're good actually just like that. One of the things that we like to do is kick it up a notch, add some ice cream to it.
So when you buy this at the fair, we actually use Bluebell ice cream. And
Great Texas product.
a very great Texas product, great company to work with. They're really, really helpful. And so you get some nice homemade vanilla.
Get that.
Take your pie there. Set that how you like it. He's very particular about making sure it's pretty.
That looks delicious.
Well, we're not there yet.
Oh,
And you
okay.
come
What else
back-
are you
We
doing?
used to use Magic Shell, but we found that we use this Ghirardelli on a lot of our other products. It's a great chocolate sauce, and that makes for a fantastic dessert.
That looks amazing.
There you go.
And that was pretty easy.
So we want to see your variations of this. We know that you guys have some great ideas on how to put other candy in there, or fruit, or all sorts of stuff that you could make out of this. Share those by hashtagging Big Tex Cooking School. And we want to see what you make, see what kind of variations of Juan and Brent's recipes that we can see you guys do at home. Want to thank you guys for helping us with this today. We really appreciate it. There are tons of content on bigtex.com that'll help you celebrate the fair at home this year. And we look forward to seeing you in 2021.
Thanks for having us.
Bye, guys.